So, YouTube, good morning as well. Welcome back. Another beautiful day, and Relentless Trader is feeling good, feeling ready as I'm taking a sip of water and also feeling green. So, it's always good to start off the day with a little bit of positive affirmation. It's always good to talk about ourselves in a positive way. And so today, I want to remind myself that I am a good trader. I am a disciplined trader, and I can come in here and trade to the best of my abilities. And so I look forward to the opportunities. It's currently 9:16 a.m. here on the East Coast, and it's time to lock in and focus up. So, let's talk about the stocks that are moving today. All right. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, let's set the tone, right? Let's set the tone and let's hit that thumbs up. Today we're gonna have the most aggressive like goal we've ever had throughout the year. Today we're gonna aim for 400 likes, and I think this can definitely be done. So, can we get every single person that's watching on YouTube to get aggressive with that thumbs up? Let's make it happen, guys. So the first stock that I'm keeping an eye on here today, TSAT, stock TSAT. I have ETON as well, and SBFM. Now, stock TNGX from a few days ago, it made a nice move. It's pulled back. Today I'm wondering if we could maybe see some volume and maybe, break over yesterday's high. But right now things are very light, so this one might not be in play. But if it happens to hit the scans throughout the morning or throughout the day, it could be something to take a look at. So I have three main stocks. I'm going to come on up top. I have three main stocks, and I'll take it from there. Not a lot on the scans these last couple of days. But with that being said, we still saw opportunities. So that's how the market is, right? You know, it's almost like it's at random at times, right? Some days it'll be a hot scanner in pre-market, but then the open is slow. Other days it can be slow and then hot, all different varieties and mixtures. So we just have to be ready as the trader. So I'm gonna post that to the alert section and then as well to YouTube, and we should be good to go. Boom, boom, boom. Looks good. All right, guys, once again, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And here we go with the analysis. So, stock TSAT up 42%, around $12, 2 million shares of volume. Shares outstanding, or the float, we'll say 13 million. So, not a lot of supply on this one, which is not a bad thing, right? When it comes to float or shares outstanding for a company, it has to do with the supply and demand and an imbalance, right? If there's breaking news, a company comes out and say, hey, we have the cure for the common cold, a lot of investors are going to like that. And so when there's a positive headline, people come over to the company, and that in turn is volume, right? Shares being bought and sold. And so if the supply of the company is pretty limited and there's a ton of volume or people, there can be an imbalance to the buy side, and that can definitely lead to a squeeze if there's a lot of short sellers, things like that. So stock TSAT, and this one pushed up all the way to $16 today. So 16.48 for the high point here. 16.48. So far it has pulled back, and we've had our low point at 11.15. 11.15 for low point. Not bad. So, in this case, I'd love to see it curl back up The more famous terminology is a red, right? Downwards trending to green. Can we start uptrending? So can we see a reversal in the trend here from down and sideways to up and sideways, or just straight up? Either one will work. So we have this white line here, VWAP, which is around 1247. You know, if we can get above that level and then continue to push higher, that'll be pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to check out the larger time frame, TSAT, and the largest time frame we have is the daily chart, right? So this is just going to let me know if this stock does move, how far up is it likely to go based off of previous candles and, you know, history. So looking at it, you know, it's had a good move going back to 2020. Since then, you know, bigger drop off, and now it's bouncing back up a little bit. Actually, this is wrong stock I'm looking at here. Jeez, Tesla. TSA, the names are so similar. TSAT, TSAT. There we go. I was wondering, like, why does this look like a large cap? Okay, much better. There we go. Much better. Okay, so recent IPO, going back to 2021, sold off and really has been selling off since. And today we're now getting a big move. So I'm gonna go back here. Let's see. Let's zoom in right here. So we had some volume, 1421. That's definitely a level that I want to keep an eye on. Not a ton, but some. Right. So that goes back to June 24th, 2022, high point 1421, and then the high of this range here, 1821. Can we get to 1421 today? Is that possible? All right. Can we get back, I should say? It would be nice to see us get back to that level. And then if we break, I'd love to see 1821. From there, let's see. 2299, which is March 18th, 2299. If this goes to 2299, you know, I definitely have to step up and be very aggressive today and rise up to the occasion, because sometimes, you know, like yesterday I was very, for those of you who don't know, yesterday I was very, very like frustrated, you know, more frustrated than I was in months. And it's because I, you know, did not perform to the best of my abilities. And that's okay, you know, we are humans, things will happen, you know, whether it's hesitation or something else, and you don't, you know, you don't do as well as you would have liked to. But at the end of the day, you know, that was not the first time that's happened to me, and it's not the last time. The main thing is in the moment to always remember to stay focused, keep paying attention. That's how you give yourself a fighting chance if more opportunity is going to continue to come. So, you know, today, you know, even if I miss a trade or two, or you know, whatever the case might be, get chopped out, you know, and remind myself, hey, it's not the end of the world, right? There's no need to be frustrated. Whilst, and I notice whilst on camera, it might not seem that way because, you know, I say I do a decent job of not showing too much emotions. Yesterday, I was ready to shut it down after the first like 15 minutes. That's how frustrated I was. I'll talk more about that later today, though. I think it's pretty important to mention because I know a lot of people out there will also feel the same way at times. So I'll record the other screen. So guys, you know, make sure your screen recording out there is turned on, right? So moving on to the next stock, and this one seems to be pushing up slowly and nicely here so far pre-market, right? ETON. ETON is the next one that I have on watch. This one have a high point of 372. The low here has been at 310. All right, so we got the high and the low, so we're in this bit of a channel. Of course, for me, I want to see us break over the upside of the channel. More recently, we had a high point of, let's see, 356. So if it gets over 350, really, if it gets over 350, that's where I'd start to really pay attention for potential trades. Maybe even a little sooner, it just depends. But Yeah. So if we bring this over, 350. VWAP is serving as a bit of a midpoint, but I'd love to see it over 350. 336 is the 200 EMA. 336. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, guys, today we're going to set the most aggressive like goal we've ever set. Today's like goal is 400 likes. We already have 230 plus people in the building. Guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And of course, if you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to our lovely channel. We do this every day. Every day we do this. Every single day without fail. TSAT again, pushing up. So ETON, I'm going to check out the daily. 13. Is it going to continue? There's 1330. 1330. We had that other stock in pre-market, so a lot of people might be excited to start early. 26. So ETON on the daily, if it pushes up, can we see 420, 420, I'd say 428, 425. I think that's a reasonable target for this one. 428. High point of May 30th. Then over that, we rejected the 200 going back to November 12th of last year, 670, 672. I'll put 670. Yeah, 670 definitely a good target. So moving on to the other one, the last one, SBFM. This one is actually sub $1, so it's a little cheaper. Pushed up a little bit. Where is it on the list? Did it pull back some more? SBFM, where are we? Percentage 15. Yeah, it looks like it dropped down some more. Yeah, so it's all the way down here, 15%. It might not be super obvious, so, we'll see. And let me double check and make sure nothing else kind of came up. I'll also check the chat just to see if you guys are saying anything. Yeah, let me check the chat here just to see what you guys are saying, see what you guys are watching. TSAT being mentioned a lot, of course. Hey, shout out to the Discord. I'm truly blessed to have such a great community. I appreciate everyone in the Discord, from the MMU students to all of our blue members. And of course, for those of you on YouTube as well, I got to show the love. People like KT, here every single day, hanging out, holding it down for us. The moderator, Steve, Dash, right? Tamimi, all these people who at this point are regulars, right? So let's come on out. For my plan today, as usual, I'm going to start off a little slow just to protect myself, make sure that TSAT is actually going to be strong because it's the one I'll be watching. And from there, if it proves that it's really good, I'll increase share size, and then I'll look to get very aggressive. Besides that, I don't want to overtrade the consolidations, and I need to size down on the pullbacks. So for our disclaimer, guys, remember that none of this is financial advice. Remember that day trading is risky. Just like any other business in the world, day trading has risks. There are pros and cons to this field, like every other field, and it is a business. You should treat it as such and understand that with like any other field in the world, it will take time to become better. And even then, it's not guaranteed success, right? So it's not get rich quick. You will not see success overnight if you're now starting out. You have to, take it slow, approach the market in a risk adverse way, right? In a way where your risk is limited. Remember, did I say that right? But anyhow, remember to utilize a simulator or risk money. That way, again, your exposure is low. All right. Lastly, remember not to copy trade. That is a recipe for disaster. Something that I shouldn't even have to say, but I'll say it anyways. And besides that, remember, I do not invest money for my subscribers. So be careful with any fake accounts reaching out to you. I will never ask you for money. I'll never ask you for personal information. I will never ask you to pay me via PayPal. I'll never ask you to contact me using WhatsApp or Telegram. So be careful out there. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. Oh, poor Phil's on ETON for $100 loss. Jeez. Some of these stocks are miserable with Phil's. But it's back up, so we'll see if it continues and tries. There's 47. I'll pull it on the screen here in a sec. It's too early to start complaining about Phil's, so we'll keep trading here. 348 for the highs. What will it be? Stock ETON. Okay, not bad there. The 200, it's right around the 200 EMA area. So I'm willing to see what it does here. Above the level, right? So can we hold above the level and continue? No, we will not. We'll make a new low, so I'll stop out. TSAT on the other hand. That seller at 50, man. We got a high point. Oh, that was an aggressive trade there. It would have worked. Great fill. I'll take it. There's bids. Can we keep pushing? Low. We got a high point of 72. Low of 13. So there's a big range here. That is absolutely. Look at my fills. Oh my gosh. Come on. Sink or swim. Today is not the day for that. We need accuracy here. So we got 89 is the highs. Might need a pullback. Oh no, not good. Okay. I gotta create another order entry for size. Smaller size, that is. TSAT. It might still be holding up here though. Yeah, hello. Still holding. That was not a good fill. It seems like it's struggling just a little bit. I do want to ease off here in case we make the new low. But if it does hold up, it could be a good buy. So let's see. Yeah, it's gonna slingshot. It's 60, 70. And a little too high to 65. But are we safe here? That's the question right now. I'll throw out an order. Small size, just to see. Couple of cents there. Keep waiting. A lot of chop. There's a new low. The volume is light though, you know? That's low of day. 1177. But we are below VWAP, so is it safe? Probably not. But the volume is light on the pullback, which makes me feel like it should be good. But again, we are below VWAP. The low is 10 so far. See, in this case, if it's not below VWAP, I'd buy and take it as a 5-minute setup and hold for like 10 minutes. But because we're below VWAP here, it just, I don't feel comfortable holding. So maybe I could try and scalp here and there, but tricky. The low is at 12.10. Oh, okay. Seems to be a lot of churn still, so waiting to make sure nothing else is moving on the list. ETON, SBFM, TNGX actually looks like it maybe, maybe it curls up. I like that we have a bottoming wick so far. High point 75, there's 88, so we're back over VWAP. Man, 63, jeez. Yeah, let's take a loss there. 63. I gotta buy the bids, actually. I gotta buy the bids. I think this might be a good pullback. Again, we're still below VWAP. Jeez, aiming there for like 50 entry. But the spreads are so big that I get a high fill. But that's the normal thing here, so we got to be careful. Utilize our limit orders. Nah, I don't know. I'll wait. When we dip down like that, I don't like to see the new low, and we kind of didn't really close above VWAP. So if it's gonna come down, I want to see us right back above quickly. We're not quite there, so but the day that I do like I mean it's very early, but the day that I do like a crazy day, like a real crazy day, will be the day that a stock like this just keeps going. Maybe it goes to like 25 in this matter, and with this size we can like really get some trades, but it might be on the backside already. Is what it's seeming like, because the last couple of days it's been one move up and then that's it. So I'm gonna ease off. I dropped down to 1,000 shares, and I don't want to overtrade it here if we're gonna just break down. And maybe some people watch the lows of 12.10 here, but again, I want to be very careful. There's 12.11, and there are some buyers. Do I take it? Oh, I didn't pull the trigger. Here's 40. The ask. If the spreads were tighter, maybe I could have gotten it. So right now, just waiting. I see there's a few others being called out. Oh, it's bouncing up even more. So that dip is going to work out extremely well at 12.10. See, it's like the setups that I always say I don't want to take, they just go, you know. The market knows when I'm saying I'm not going to do it. And on purpose, just the stock flies up. But this is good, so we'll get opportunities. And I'm joking there, but we'll get opportunities here. So there's 12.32. But can we get above VWAP of 12.90? If the stock gets above 12.90 and it holds above 12.90, I'm going to get aggressive again with size, because at that point short sellers will definitely be feeling it. There's 60. I'm watching here. I'm watching if, just in case it sneaks up here, because sometimes maybe you get somebody who's uneasy, just cover a big position or something. So there's 68. Are we on to something here? 50, not quite. Right now, guys like Raphael are smiling. We're below VWAP. Candles are closing below VWAP, so they're feeling good about going short. And the stock making a new low. So in the event that it does get above the level and can be strong, guys, big short sellers like Raphael here will be covering. More than likely. Some of them, their stop's probably bigger, but there's definitely going to be a lot of risk. Raphael, shout out to Raphael, by the way, if he's watching on. I always do this to joke around with him, but he's a great trader. So here we are at 12.10 again. Are we going to hold up a third time? We've already held up once and then twice. Once, twice. So far, a low of 20. We're back at 40. The new 5-minute candle is about 2 minutes away. A minute and a half. So the longer it holds up above 12.10, the better it is. Potentially, if we can get the break of VWAP. Is this something building here? VWAP is at 77. Is this it? Getting ready. Oh God, I'm late. I'm always late. I should have just bought. Instead of saying, is this it? It needs to go. It's rejected. 50, can we hold? Oh, that was close. I mean, I can't be upset there. The moment I decide to buy, man, it just jumps 30 cents. There goes 30 cents and I'm getting filled at a very high. It took too long to make up my mind. Those are the worst areas because the intention is correct. The execution is not bad. So here we go again. Is it gonna get through this time? Well, there's a spread here, 15, 20 cents. Come on, do not fail us. Oh, do not fail us. 60. The bids are inching down a little bit. Okay. I don't want to be in high if it's not ready. But there's another bid. It's fighting for its life here. They're gonna have to cover if it gets going. See, but we don't need that. 76. It's fighting for its life. Which way is it gonna be, up or down? If it gets over like 1330, I think most of them will start to cover. But let's see. Will that happen? High of the current candle, or yeah, high of the current 5-minute candle is 25. So if we make a new high, it probably should happen. Hopefully, for our sakes, for the bulls, right? I mean, for the bulls' sake, the buyers. Fair fill. So I'm trying to see if this resistance is going to become support, but there's a breakdown. And I got smaller size, still holding up below 63. 1,000 share box, small size for now. There's about 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the candle on the 5-minute. We definitely want this candle to close above 13. So there's 96. There's 96, 90, 80 by 93. Still about a 10-cent spread here. A big bid would be good too if that comes. We'll see if it does. If there's anybody that aggressive though. Okay. It's kind of scratch trade there. It's acting funny. It's going up and then back down. Will we see enough buyers to sustain the selling? 60, 40, 30. It looks like it's just failing now. At this point, I'd want to see us at least close above VWAP in the next minute and 20 seconds. I'm not even going to worry about 1330 anymore. There's less than a minute left in the 5-minute candle. Can we close above the VWAP, the white line? Short sellers are feeling good again. From sweating and trembling to now feeling relaxed that we might make a new low. Not good. Whilst we've had a reset, because we held up the third time, I wouldn't buy. See, this is the thing that kind of limits me sometimes from taking the dip. It's like the rules that I have, which, I guess there are rules for a reason, but usually after the third pullback, I don't mind buying again here. But our 5-minute candlesticks look so bad and rejected that the odds of this failing seems like it might be higher. But if it was under a different circumstance, maybe there's an entry there for me. But even though it's bouncing, I can only watch. High or low? And right now I don't like it low. So can we get back to 13? For those of you watching on YouTube, I've mentioned in pre-market that today we're going to aim for the most aggressive like goal ever. And that is 400 likes. And I think, let's see, how many people do we have watching? We have 489 people here. That is a ton of people. So we have 89 likes. We have 89 people to spare. So can we get up there to 400 likes? Guys, hit the thumbs up. Let this be the most liked live stream that we've ever had. Can we do it? Can we do it? We're at 170 and climbing. 177 and climbing. We're moving on up. So TSAT still seems to be holding, but again, I'm very worried here that it maybe comes down some more. That's the hard thing about some of the entries, though. It's like, as a short seller, it's so hard to go short at 13 here because it's looking like it might go. Now it's in the range, so you just take the trade and put a stop in place. Because I'm trying to see, like, what would make sense for shorts. Are shorts short right here at 13 and 13.25 area? If they are, I mean, some of them are, but I think more so like majority. A lot of people probably didn't take the trade yet. So there might not be as much selling right away. But again, the 5-minute setup doesn't really look good. The candlesticks here. So they have that and VWAP. So they still have a lot of indicators in their favor. Maybe 60-40. 60% chance the short sellers might win here. That's just me throwing out numbers. Might not mean nothing, right? RGTI. Is it halted? Yeah, it's moving, it's moving. RGTI. There might be something on that one. Keep an eye. It's been decent volume since the open. That's pre-market chart. Not bad. A lighter volume. Really light volume. We're now at 196 likes. Can we get up to 220, then 250 and continue to climb? RGTI. A lot of volume here for RGTI. Was it going to get through 250 though? Let's make sure I have an order ready. Let's take some smaller size. It seems a little... $49, there's 50. But then it's not really ripping. Losing trade. There's a few sellers there, but not a lot. It doesn't seem like it's a lot. 15,000, well, 24,000, 5,000. Maybe like 35,000 max. Okay, there's 51, but then the breakout is 1 penny. And then dropping to 45. 45. 46 with a bid. Okay. I'll pull it on screen. I mean, it's trying, right? What's the float though, I wonder? It's at 52%. If the float is too high, I might not bother. 93 million. Yeah, it seems like it's a little heavy, a little heavier, right? A little thicker. It can still move. I mean, it has already been moving, so there's opportunities. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be maybe not a trade or two if there's like a really good setup that I like, but I'll continue to wait. Watch alert saying avoiding. Float is higher. PK, what's my average position size? It varies depending on the stock. But I tend whenever stock does seems to be moving well for me, I tend to be around 2,500 shares. And then I'll reduce. Maybe sometimes I'll increase like a stock at like $1. I'll probably go to 5,000 and then buy once, twice, or maybe three times even. A little bit more rare, but yeah. TSAT still, and there's a quick move. Jeez Louise. All right. Not great. $300 loss. Was looking to risk 10 cents, but okay. Stock had a different risk in mind. And here it is attempting the new low. Maybe that's it for today. $40. Jesus. Louise. I gotta stop saying stuff like that. There's probably somebody named Louise watching on and then they get upset every time. You gotta love them, right? $13 like that. It needs to hold above the levels. Shorts can be trapped here, but it needs to hold up. This has to be it. It has to go this time, or else, maybe a big rejection. KB. KB. Good, Phil. Good. Can we see the push? 91. KB, where are those bulls, KB? I mean, sometimes it just honestly doesn't make any sense. I mean, why sell off like that then to just you'd think the move up where I was trying to buy in the first place would have made more sense for the stock to just go. It's going to sell off, make a new low, and then rip back up, then not go to new highs. Day trading. The market has this sense of being irrational at times where it's just doing its own thing, despite what we think should happen. So as we know, day trading is risky. Do not use money that you do not have, right? That you cannot afford to lose. It's best to gain experience in a simulation, which is what I did for 2 years before using a live account of over 25,000. That's where you can practice trading these same stocks, but with artificial money. Paper trading, right? Paper trading. But once you get past the mental blockage of, and for some people, the issue they'll say, hey, this just doesn't feel real. If you get past that mental blockage, it's a great place to practice. And then if you can get consistent, maybe you start off small, right? But at the very least, use risk money. If you're gonna say I'm gonna start off with some cash, it has to be cash that if you lose all of it, on the same day, tomorrow, right here, right now, it will not affect your life and your lifestyle because, imagine you take your savings that you're using to pay the mortgage and then you lose it all in one day. You're gonna feel crazy. You're gonna feel insane. So do not even allow something like that to happen. The responsible thing to do is to use a small amount of money to practice with until you gain consistency. Remember that trading is a business, it is a career. Just like any other career out there, being a doctor, 4 years of university, undergrad, grad, maybe 8, 10 years of education before you're even ready. So the markets is the same way. You need to take it slow, become experienced and competent, and then if you see that consistency, you can go ahead. Even then, you still have to be careful, but yeah. 20 years ago, the average person like you and I that are here right now would not be able to trade stocks. The only people who were allowed to trade stocks back then, 10, 20 years ago, or let's say this 15, 20 years ago, were brokers, people with a license. They went to some formal education and got a license to be able to buy and sell a stock. Like someone on the stock exchange, right? The New York Stock Exchange, the trading floor. They went through different programs to get certifications. But because of technology, these brokers provide us a license through a third party agreement. But imagine giving me a license to be a doctor today. I don't know anything about being a doctor, right? What will happen if I get a license to go into the OR right now and perform open heart surgery? It's not going to be good. Not for me, not for the patient. So think about trading in the same way, right? If you get granted a license to go trade right now, you're not going to be good, right? Don't forget that. A lot of people don't think about the market in that way. And so there's a lot of risk here, just like any other business or field or profession. So if you are interested in learning, I do have a day trading course. And yes, I will shamelessly promote it here because, as you guys can see, I'm as transparent as can be, right? I'm as transparent as they come. And so if anybody is interested in wanting to learn and wanting to approach the market in a low risk way where exposure is limited, be sure to check out MMU, Merciless Markets, all right? Shameless plug here, shameless. You have to be shameless about these plugs because at the end of the day, the value that is here is immense. The value that is in this course is immense. And I do go over all the tactics and strategies that I know. Does it guarantee success? Of course not, because nothing in this life is guaranteed. We've all been to university, and there's been people in the class that's passed, people in the class that's failed, and we've all took the same class with them, right? So it's not guaranteed, but when it comes to this particular style of trading, All the information is organized, easy to digest, and it advances in a progressive manner. So if anybody is interested, this is an option, right? It's not for everyone, but for those of you who are, you can use code Vegas for 40% off. The silver option is just $298. Imagine having access to all of this for 3 months for $298, right? In fact, the course is too cheap. My business partner and I, Marcelo, the other mentor here, we've already decided that this is too cheap. And so the price will go up sometime at the end of this year because it only makes sense, right? The value that is here versus the price, it doesn't make any sense. When we first made the price, we weren't thinking about coupon codes. And so for 298, 498 for a year, quarterly or annually, it's madness. And then on top of that, there are things like this, which is a trip to Vegas for a lucky student, a lucky gold member. This is gonna be crazy, man. And I'm going on a rant because the stock is dead. But in November, there's a huge seminar called Traders for a Cause. Pretty big seminar. A lot of like popular YouTubers and traders are gonna be there. Brian Rivera. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him, but he's like a day trading CPA. That's on YouTube. Humble trader. A lot of like big name people. I think like Steven Ducks will be there as well. And so we've decided to go, Marcelo and myself, and we're gonna fly out a student to come with us. One lucky gold member. And of course, there's some logistics there. So the person who wins will have to be available. I know a lot of you guys are head of household, or maybe you're you have responsibilities like kids or something like that. But if if you get selected and you are free and available, you know, I'm hoping the first winner gets to come. That way we don't have to do the raffle again. But yeah, it'll be nice. We're gonna pay for the flight, we're gonna pay for the hotel, and we're gonna pay for any food. So this is gonna be cool for 2 days over the weekend to go to the conference and learn. So we're making new lows here, new lows. Why couldn't this stock go to $20 today, man? But tomorrow's another day and we'll get another chance on a different stock. The time is coming and it is coming as fast as it can. Just have to wait. But these are the type of stocks that I'm connecting on early, that if they continue to go, it's going to be a day of epic proportions. Can we get to 30,000 in a day? If this stock is to continue and it moves in a reasonable way like it was, it's possible. In fact, the best stock that I've seen over the 5 years I've been around, it's been a stock that went from 5 to 60, and between $5 and $50, it was very linear and kept giving smooth opportunities until it got to 51, 52. The last $8, $10 a share is where it started to go wild, up $5, down $4. But it's like from 5 to 50, just steady, steady, not even halting up like that. Maybe like just two halts or something, but it's just so steady and just going and going, almost no red candles on that day. That is the type of day where it's gonna be, I can imagine, because I'm seeing it in my head. Those days, man, those days, those days are coming. We're not relying on them to, be successful. It's a big part of success is just consistency, small days until they add up. But it'd be nice to have a big day, right? We can't lie to ourselves here. But as we know, the risk is always on the other side. It could be a big red day of epic proportions too. So we got to be careful. I honestly think this is a great place to shut it down. there's not much else going on. It's been a quick stream. We've done a great job. We're 28, maybe 27. It's a great day. We were red on the other stock, ETON off screen. Just, selling for 1 cent loss and getting slippage, man. Just sucks. But that's okay. So we'll take it off the table. Take the money off the markets. TNGX. Oh no, I had it up. Hold that thought about leaving. Not yet. What was yesterday's high? 7 something. So we're way up. It's pulling back. High of 39. That was quick. Will it continue? Great entry. Damn, I got filled on the bits. The halt is at 75. There it is. At 95 now for the halt. Should have held that position then. This rate. It looks like it might get halted at 95. What was the high of? It was 939. Jeez. I had the buy button 3 times right there, man. Aw, took my eye off the prize. Wow, not good. 14. Okay, not good. All right, I'll ease off a little bit. Back to flat. I would have loved to see that halt up, to be honest, but that's not what we got. Now we're seeing a pullback here at 52. Pretty low pullback, so I was definitely in high. The dip kept on dipping. I mean, it looks good. I'll continue to watch. There's a spread here, though. How much risk am I willing to take on here? Not too much. So I'd want a good entry if I can get one. Like a great entry. High of the current candle is 9. That's a losing trade. Great. Lovely. So I'm getting poor fills. All right. So I need more range, or I need to buy on the bids, sell on the ask. Bro, I got out early, man. This is stuff that definitely is a little frustrating. I got out of that early. Robbery. I refuse to use sight on this thing. But that was the break and hold of the whole dollar. We got 24. Will we get a new high? Is there a bid here? No. 4. Low of the last 82. You know, it looks pretty bullish, man, but difficult to capture. 95. It's like the more volume that came into it, the harder the price action is, you know? 67. Do I want to play this? Uh, well, this is not awful. It's not great. 50, 60, 70. I gotta just make sure it doesn't fail. This is good. This is good. It's not bad. I didn't fill everything. I think I could leave that order out. What was that? 30, 38. It's always the same question every single time. You know, do I want to take the loss and re-average? If it fails here, I'll lose money for sure. But we'll see if it fails or not. There's a minute and 10 seconds left in candlestick. It just comes down to if it will work here or will it not work. What will it be? So this is a 5-minute setup, of course, and I'll plan to hold this unless it stops me out. But I think I think maybe I'm in a little higher than I needed to be in. If it fails, I don't mind. As long as it doesn't flush down like 30, 40 cents, I don't care. You know, the risk is the risk, but what will it be? There's 30 seconds left in the candle. Will we see more buyers? If not, I take it off the table if we can't hold up above the levels. Yeah, it's making new lows. I can buy it back, but it's making new lows. By the end of the candle, I'd love to see buying. We're not quite getting it yet. In too high. It's always 50-50 in my head. Sometimes it's, I'll choose the wrong side, which is in this case, I didn't want to re-average. I thought the entry was good enough. I said, okay, 10 cents off the high, off the lows. If it makes a new low, I don't mind adding, but it continued to make a new low to 30. 55 versus 30. It's kind of right over my risk. But the reward on the trade is good if it gets back to where it needs to go, which is high of day. So either I'm out too early or it actually is failing here. $700 loss. That's more than enough to shut it down for the day. Because I was green 200 first. Yeah, it's failing. Well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when they come for you? I think that'll do it. 22, not quite the 26 or 27 that we had, but green is good. What's the saying? All's well and ends well, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we're out of here. We'll the the gains we have and run with speed, not come back. Come back on Monday on a new day. See, as good as the day, it's a great day. I'm grateful for such a great day. Come on. Come on, TNGX. $700 loss to end the day. Unbelievable. On such small share size. You know, it's not like I was using 3,000 shares here. If I had re-averaged, I would have took a 5-cent loss and then I'd have been in at like 45. Assuming I got a decent fill, I would have been out flat. But the stock didn't work, so it's still a failing trade regardless. You know, what's tricky about the lows sometimes is that there are days where it comes down and it holds up higher. In which case, if I do buy at 60 like I did on that type of day, it's a great trade because we never went lower. And other days it'll go exactly to 50, maybe 49, 51. Then other days will go lower, maybe it drops to 40 or even like 38, and then it curls back up. So those three scenarios is the stock working. The other side is the stock just failing, and you know you have to respect your risk. So yeah. But I think I'll shut it down here. So stay safe, stay green. It's been a good day, and the pastor is heading out. Catch you guys later. Hit that thumbs up. The goal we had was 400 likes. Where did we land? Let's see. 218, man. 218. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. The price of MMU is wrong with the discount. It comes to 598, not 498. Are you sure? What's it, 40%? Let's see, calculator. Okay, let me do some quick math here. Calculator. 40%, which is 398 less 997. So give me a negative thing. But yeah, this looks completely accurate to me. Yeah, that math is good. It's 40%, not 50%. But yeah, guys, take care, stay safe, stay green. And I am out of here. There's only one gold number that can win the trip. The ad? Oh, I'll take a look at it. All right, thanks for that. I'll take a look at it. I think you're the second person that said something, so it has to be true at this point. But yeah, stay safe, guys. I'll be out of here. I'll go enjoy the weekend. And actually, let me not forget to say, remember not to obsess over trading. You know, enjoy the weekend, spend the time with family, friends, relatives, you know, the significant other, whatever it is. You know, enjoy the other business, job, and, you know, study up whenever you can and come back ready for Monday morning. Take care, guys. Stay safe, stay green.